அனைவரும் அறிந்திருக்கிறோம். ஆன்மீக வாழ்க்கைக்கு குருவின் கருத்தை இல்லாமல் காலகாலமாக கொண்டிருக்கிறோம். அப்படிப்பட்ட குரு நமக்கு ஆன்மீக பாதை காட்டுவது மட்டுமில்லாமல் இந்த சின்ன ஜென்மத்திற்கும் பகவானுடைய ஒரு பாதையை உருவாக்கிவிட்டார். ஒரு பெரிய சக்தி. அந்த சக்தியை உருவாக்கி நாம் வருடந்தோறும் குருத்துவத்தை நாம் வணங்குகிறோம். அந்த குருவுக்கு நன்றி செலுத்தும் விதமாகவும்
குருவின் கட்டளையை மீண்டும் நாம் நிறைவேற்றுவோம் என்று சொல்லி உறுதி எடுக்கும் நாளாக தான் இந்த குரு பூர்ணிமை அமைகிறது. அந்த வகையில் ஒவ்வொரு வருடமும் இப்பொழுது இந்த குரு பூர்ணிமாவுக்கு ஒரு முக்கியத்துவம் அதிகரித்து கொண்டே இருக்கிறது. பக்தர்கள், ஏராளமான மக்கள் நமது மடத்தின் பாரம்பரியத்தில் வந்த குருவின் மூலமாக தீட்சை பெற்றிருப்பீர்கள். இன்னும் பல்லாயிரக்கணக்கான மக்கள் தவத்திரு மகாராஜ் அவர்களிடம் தீட்சை பெற்றிருப்பீர்கள். இந்த நல்ல நாளில் நம்முடைய அமர்ந்திருக்கும் குருவின் வாயிலாக அருளரை கேட்பது என்பது அது மிகவும் சிறப்பானதாக இருக்கிறது. அந்த வகையில் பகவான் கிருபையால் இன்று இந்த குரு பூர்ணிமை கடைசி நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு வந்திருக்கிறோம். இந்த நிகழ்ச்சிக்கு அப்புறம் அனைவரும் மகாராஜுக்கு பிரணாம் செலுத்தலாம். இப்பொழுது தவத்திரு சுவாமிஜி அவர்களை பாதம் பணிந்து பக்தர்களுக்கு குரு பூர்ணிமா அருளரை வழங்குமாறு வேண்டிக்கிறோம். ப்ளீஸ் மகாராஜ். ஜெய் ராமகிருஷ்ண.
ओम स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतार वरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। गुरु ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुर् गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुरेव परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। Today is the Guru Purnima day, as already referred to by our Swami there. This Guru Purnima is also called Vyasa Purnima. Vyasa is the great sage who divided the Vedas or the Vedic knowledge into 4 sections: Rig Veda, Yajurveda, Samaveda, Atharva Veda. Before Vyasa, the Veda was only one. It was a heap of knowledge. So this heap of knowledge, according to the subject they deal with. So it was Veda Vyasa who divided them into the 4 Vedas. That means he made the knowledge of Vedas available in a systematic way to all the followers of the Vedas. So therefore all Bharatiyas, all Indians are all indebted to Bhagavan Vyasa. He is called Vishnu himself, has come down in the form of Veda Vyasa and did this great job of dividing the Vedas, the Vedic knowledge, into 4 groups. Therefore this Guru Purnima is also called Vyasa Purnima, and it is supposed to be the birthday of Bhagavan Vyasa. So, in whatever may be the history, this is celebrated all over India, irrespective of caste, creed, color, language. Every Indian, this Guru Purnima is observed everywhere. So, when we say Guru, several questions come to us. First question is, what is the need of a Guru? You see, in the Vedic knowledge, that means the knowledge, Vedic knowledge contains all the knowledge that is required for humanity. What is in the Vedas is enough for all humanity, everywhere, whether in India or outside India, for the whole humanity. Veda is meant for the whole world, not for one particular group. So the knowledge that is contained there has got all knowledge, what we call as secular knowledge, and all knowledge that we call as spiritual knowledge. So the knowledge is complete there. So what is that knowledge? How did that knowledge come? This knowledge came from God Himself. God is an all-knowing person. So God is all-knowing, and from Him the knowledge has come in a sort of a hierarchy. He imparted this knowledge to Brahma, and Brahma imparted it to his disciples. His disciples imparted it to the next series of disciples. So like that it has come down, the Sanatana Dharma, the Vedic Dharma. The essence of that Dharma is God Himself has become this whole universe. Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Idam means this whole universe of creation is Brahman alone. People know that in Samadhi, in the highest concentrated and purified mind, one sees God. It is Brahman, God. But the Veda says not only what we see in Samadhi is God, what we see before our eyes also is Brahman alone. Because Brahman alone exists. Everything is God. Everyone, every person, everything in this universe is God alone. Just as a pottery house if you go, a shop of pottery you go, so every type of pottery is there. There is kettle is there, there is cup is there, there is saucer is there. But all of them are made of one porcelain stuff. One porcelain stuff is in the cup, one porcelain stuff in the saucer, one is in this kettle, whatever you take, it is all porcelain only. Though they appear different things. Similarly here, we are so many human beings, so many other types of beings, subhuman, superhuman. All the creation is God alone appearing in so many forms. Basically, it is God alone that is there behind this whole creation. This is the essence of the Vedas. That means all of us are spiritual. All of us are part and parcel of God Himself. God is there, God is the whole. We are all parts of Him. Each one belongs to God Himself. He cannot be separated. The Jivatma, the individual soul, cannot be separated from the Supreme Soul, that is God Himself. So God and this individual soul are not different. So this is the teaching of Vedas. Vedas says, oh human beings, this can be known only by human beings, because human beings alone can meditate, go deep into themselves and find out this truth. It requires a very, very sensitive mind, very logical mind, very pure mind to understand this truth. You have to go deep into meditation and you will come to know that everything is God alone. Swami Vivekananda realized this, Sri Ramakrishna realized this, and direct disciples of Sri Ramakrishna realized this, that whole universe is God Himself. Sri Ramakrishna used to see outside and tell everything. Here is Latu Maharaj, Latu sitting there. I see only God sitting here. So he used to see God in everything, because that's the truth. And he had that sensitive mind to see the truth. Swamiji also said, I call him God whom the ignorant call man. So we all see men as men. Swami Vivekananda saw all men as gods. So he says, I call him God whom ordinary people call man. Ordinary people have no that sensitive eyes, that enlightened eyes. Swamiji had that eyes. So all great people, they have seen God alone in the open world. The creation also is God, and the Creator also is God. God alone is everything. Therefore, if we want to know our results, know our full potentiality, what we are really, we have to realize this truth that we are part and parcel of God. We are God Himself. This is the real truth. Aham Brahmasmi. You should be experienced. I am God Himself. God Himself in the sense I am part and parcel of God. I am not separate from God. God is there and I am also along with Him. God is eternal, I am also eternal. God is all-knowing, I am also all-knowing. God is all joy, all bliss, all love. I am also all bliss, all joy. So to realize any new knowledge, to get any new knowledge, we go to a teacher who has already realized it. So we want to learn chemistry and become a chemistry professor. We go to chemistry professor and study under him. If we want to become a physicist, we go to Einstein or a Newton. If you want to study something about radioactivity, then we go to Mary. So these are all different great scientists are there. For each branch of science, you go there. Similarly, if you want to know this spiritual truth, that we are part and parcel of God, God and we are inseparable beings. He is Paramatma, we are part and parcel of Jivatmas. So to know this one, we must go to a teacher who has realized it already. He is called the Guru. A person who is able to guide others into this path and bring him this realization, he is called the Guru. Therefore, need of a Guru is always there. Just as we need a professor of chemistry or physics or biology to get knowledge of physics, biology or chemistry, similarly we need a Guru to guide out of this ignorance and make us know this truth that God and we are together. We are His children, we are His part. We and God are not different. Whoever has realized this truth, he can teach you. And that need is always there, because need is there in other types of ordinary knowledge also. If you want to become a good sportsman, you go to a sports club, join there and some experts will be there, national champions will be there, international champions. You learn from them. Like that, in the spirituality, suppose we want to know real spirituality. Real spirituality is, we mistake it for many other things. Going to the temple, worshipping things, or going to Tirtha Yatra, or taking bath in Ganga. All these things we consider spiritual. There is nothing wrong in it, but that the realization that I am one with God, and God is one with me. I am child of God. God is my father, mother. All the powers of God is there in me also because I am a child. This knowledge will not come by either going to Ganga and taking bath, or by doing rituals, by doing homa and archana. They may make you purer mind, but that mind must be directed in deep meditation by the instructions of the Guru. Then one can realize this truth that we and God are not different. Our real spirituality will be known to us through the knowledge of being one with God. So this knowledge of God, whoever is able to guide us there, is called a Guru. Therefore we must go within the need of a Guru. Just as we want to study anything new about which we do not know, we go to a person who knows it. So we also go to a Guru who says or who is known as the one who knows God, who has realized God. So that is how Swami Vivekananda went to so many people, but he was not satisfied. None of them said, I have seen God. When he went to Sri Ramakrishna said, I have seen God. Then Swami Vivekananda became his disciple. Similarly, it has come down in a sort of a hierarchy, a parampara. So in this one, the Guru teaching the Shishya, and the Shishya becomes an enlightened person. He becomes a Guru. That is how the Vedic knowledge has come down. Therefore, need of a Guru is always there, because it is a new realm, new knowledge. So when a new knowledge is attained, we go to a person who has already attained it. So a person who has already seen God in the way that Vedas have told. Vedas have told God is everything. He is the whole universe. God is there in everything in the universe. He is in the Samadhi also. He he is in the outside world also. The external world and the seer of that external world, both of them are the same. God is inside us, God is outside also. This knowledge is the highest knowledge in spirituality. So this highest knowledge can be got by the person who has realized this knowledge. That was how all the avatars are recognized the greatest gurus. All the avatars, Ramchandra, Sri Krishna, Buddha, Jesus, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Sri Ramakrishna, they have all realized the highest truth. So they are considered the greatest gurus. And always the parampara starts from them. It starts from the Lord God Himself. So in the Upanishad itself it said, God imparted this knowledge to Chaturmukha Brahma, the creator Brahma, and the Brahma imparted to his disciples, his disciples, his disciples. That is how this Guru Purnima becomes important. When we realize that we must get a guru, good guru, who will guide us to this spiritual goal. That is the need for the guru. Then this guru must be, as already told, he must be a person who knows what he is teaching. So Sri Ramakrishna said, I have seen God. Then he also said, everybody can see God. Because there is a method. That method is called concentration of the mind. And a purified mind is called yoga. So he said through yoga, everyone can realize God. So this yoga must be taught by, again, a person who knows the yoga. Sri Ramakrishna knew all the 4 yogas. 4 yogas, later on Swamiji analyzed it. But earlier, yoga means yoga. All was called as yoga, whether it was Bhakti Yoga, or Raj Yoga, or Karma Yoga, or Jnana Yoga. All yogas are classified as one. So through yoga one will see God, and he must be a master of that yoga. So the avatars are supposed to be the greatest gurus. From them the other lesser gurus come. And up to today's gurus also, who instruct us in this lore, this Vedic lore, are descendants of the same line. So each one will claim, so is the Shankaracharya Parampara, Ramanandacharya Parampara, Madhvacharya Parampara, Vallabhacharya Parampara. The knowledge is imparted in hierarchy from Guru to Shishya. That is how the Gurus have come down. So these people are transferring the knowledge, though they may not have realized it, but they don't tell anything from themselves. So this is what my teacher has told, and that is the real truth. The teacher says, I have got it from my teacher. It will go and end up in God Himself. So the knowledge imparted by God has come to us through the Guru Parampara. Therefore, usually, people go to some Parampara. So we follow the Parampara of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna's Parampara. He started with his Vivekananda, Brahmananda, and other direct disciples. And their disciples got the knowledge from their gurus. So their disciples, so a Parampara is coming. We all belong to this Ramakrishna Parampara. So that is how we got the Sadguru, the real gurus, who can guide us to the highest knowledge. So this knowledge to be imparted, as has been told, must be imparted by a person who has already realized it. So this realized person, how to get him, so many realized persons, to instruct all the 140 crores of people, how many instructions we required. So in practice we see, all may not be realized person to the extent Sri Ramakrishna was, or Swami Vivekananda was, or the other direct disciples were. Even lesser people also enough to guide you. So we want for a child to be guided well to the higher class. We don't require a doctorate in the primary school. We require a matriculate is enough to teach a primary school. He is a good teacher. So he instructs enough that the child can take. So he is the best teacher for a child. Then when he comes to the college, then you require a postgraduate. Then if you go to the postgraduate class, he requires a doctorate. So we don't require, all of us don't require Sri Ramakrishna. Suppose Sri Ramakrishna came and spoke to us also, we would not have understood anything. Suppose Einstein comes and lectures you about relativity, how many of us can understand? We would not. Because we are not fit, we should be fit. So teachers are also of varieties. But they take the disciples in such a way, up to for the knowledge that is required by the disciple, they will know fully well. A primary school teacher knows full what a child would need in the primary classes, class 1 to 5. Then the middle school teacher knows much more than a middle school student knows. So he can instruct. That's why to Holy Mother, some 3 or 4 young men went. So they were all not initiated except one. Mother initiated the other 2 or 3. The person was already initiated. He was initiated by a monk. Mother said, he has received the mantra from a monk. That will itself give him realization. That means monk lives the life which he teaches. So who is the person who can be a guru? Not only he knows what the Vedas say, what the Upanishads say, he should be living that life. Then only knowledge is complete. A person, if he just talks about God, is not a very godly man. He who lives the principles of God realization, like meditation, japa, seeing everybody as one's own, seeing God everywhere, full of love and compassion. These are all things that must come from a enlightened person. If a person has practiced and it is there in his life, he is the real person who is godly. So godliness is not in knowledge, godliness is in action. He is in living the life. So the Holy Mother said, no, he has received the mantra from sannyasi. That itself is, I need not instruct. That means a person who practically lives the enlightened life. So he is the real Guru. That's how we know from our parampara. Then, what is the function of the Guru in our life? So, he awakens in us that we are children of God. So we are in this world, always we think we are limited, we are ignorant, we don't know what will happen in future, we are always afraid of death, as if we are going to die. Then, so the idea that we are Atman, that we are part and parcel of God, we were never born, we never die. What takes birth and what dies is this body, along with its mind. Body-mind complex, they say in psychology. Body-mind complex is different. Atman is different. Atman does not take birth. Atman is there, but it puts on different bodies. Just as we change our clothing. When it becomes old, we throw away the old cloth and wear a new cloth. That doesn't mean we have become new. The cloth has become new. So like that, the Vedas say that we are eternal. We are never born, never die. But we put on different bodies and unfortunately forget that we are the Atman. That is the point. The point is the ignorance attached to us. Ignorance that we are the Atman. And the false knowledge that we are this body and mind. Both takes place like this. So we are in the ignorance that we are the children of God. We have nothing, no birth, no death. We are always full of joy. There is no joylessness in us. There cannot be. Just as there cannot be any shadow or darkness under light. Where light is there, there can be no darkness. Similarly, where we are the Atman, there cannot be any shadow of any joylessness. We will always be joyful. But we have forgotten. So we are thinking, oh, we are suffering, we are in misery. Somebody will say, I will go to commit suicide. All these things are due to ignorance. So this ignorance must go. He who comes and awakens to us. Don't think you are the body and the mind. All your sufferings are joys. Whether it is good or bad, loss and gain, everything is only to the body and the mind, not to your soul. Soul does not get anything or lose anything. It is always eternal joy, it is there. It is eternally there. He who awakens us that you are a child of God, just as God is there. God is immortal, you are also immortal. God is infinite knowledge and infinite power. You are also infinite knowledge and infinite power. Inside you have got this, but it is all sleeping, you have forgotten. So we are forgetting. And then just like a lion is there. If a lion, if he says, people are afraid. 1 mile distance, one lion is there roaring. People start running from here itself. They never go in that direction. Such a terrific animal. But when it is sleeping, some rats run upon that one. Some mosquitoes go upon that. So it can't do anything. It's helpless. Only when it gets up, then the people will know, all the other animals will know, wow, we cannot go near this. Similarly, all this infinite knowledge and infinite power and immortal life and fearlessness and infinite joy, all this there within us, but we are sleeping, we don't know. That is why we are crying, oh, I am in difficulty, I am going to commit suicide, I don't want to live in this world. All these things, because of the ignorance, the Guru comes and awakens us. So one Chinese teacher used to indicate this one. He used to keep 2 stringed instruments, what you call a lute. Lute is a stringed instrument, like veena. So he took 2 veena, 2 tampura, you say. He took 2 tampuras, so he tuned them to the same tune. Both the tampuras are tuned. So one tampura is kept in this room and another tampura is kept in the next room. So he just plays the tampura. The other tampura plays by itself. Because it is tuned to the same tune, it is the rhythm. So it catches the rhythm. When this tampura plays, that is also tuned to the same tune. So that also plays by itself. So Guru, when he comes, so he says, you are that Brahman, you are God himself, you are a child of God. That means he is tuning you to the level of God. Then you respond, yes, true, I belong to God. Then why are you suffering like this? Come, do some spiritual practices, you will realize this one. Then we take to spiritual practice. Guru awakens us to this knowledge. That is a function of the Guru in our life. And then Sri Ramakrishna used to tell a very good example, which all of you know, tiger sheep. One tigress went to attack a flock of sheep. So while attacking, she gave birth to a cub and she died on the spot. This cub was there in the group of this flock of sheep. So it also ate grass as the sheep would do. It would also move about. When the sheep would be afraid of other tigers, they would run away. This tiger also would run away. It went on for some time until a big tiger, another tiger came. And then when he came, all that flock of sheep started running. This tiger also, which has grown up at that time, full size, it's also running out of fear. So that tiger was surprised. What is this? Being a tiger, he is also afraid of me and he runs. We went to him and caught out of that tiger sheep and brought him to the source of water. He told him, why are you afraid of me? See your face in this water. Don't you look like me? Your face is exactly like me. You roar like me. So he roared. And this tiger also roared. Yes, same roar, same face. Then this tiger sheep remembered that I am also tiger. Then when the tiger went away, he said, I will also come with you. He also ran away into the forest. No more company of the sheep. So the Guru awakens in us that you are the child of God. You are not your body, you are not your mind. And these whole worldly things are not only for your dream almost. Your real nature is you belong to God. He awakens this knowledge. So when that awakening comes up, then we feel, how should I? When he says, immediately we feel it is true. But to permanently feel that we are children of God, you require something else that is called spiritual practices. These spiritual practices make us permanently live in that knowledge that we are part and parcel of God. God is our own. God is always with us. We are sitting on the lap of God. That is what happens to all the realized people. So this Guru just awakens and he gives us the different instructions, how we should arrive at this enlightenment. So it should be suitable to the particular person. That is why we have got different yogas. Some people, they are emotional. For them, they are instructed in Bhakti Yoga. Some people who are very rational, they are instructed in Jnana Yoga. Some people who are psychological, they would see very many visions and dreams. To them, Raj Yoga is taught. And some people who are very active, they would like to do something to the world. Though they get kicks, it doesn't matter. They would go and serve the world. Such people of will. So they require Karma Yoga. So each person, the Guru judges and finds out the nature of the Shishya and then imparts his instruction according to the yoga he needs. There may be many other paths also. The combination of different yogas. You may combine Karma Yoga and Jnana Yoga and give both to some. Sri Ramakrishna we see, he instructs everyone in different ways. Swamiji instructed him in the Jnana Yoga way. He asked him to reason. Go on reasoning. Doesn't matter. Nothing is not do you harm. The same thing he did not say to others. Swami Brahmananda, he taught the Bhakti Yoga to start with. Later on, all of them become masters of all the 4 yogas. But to start with, you have to start with that yoga for which you are fittest to start. Later on, our mind becomes so broad, we can absorb all the other yogas. So Sri Ramakrishna would prescribe different sadhanas. Similarly, good gurus, they find out the nature of the Shishya, the student, then they prescribe proper yogic method, spiritual practices, different practices. So suppose one goes into the Jnana Yoga, so he is asked to discriminate the real and the unreal. Consider that God alone is real, all else is unreal. The moment you think something is real, give it up. Don't care. So one must have that willpower. Otherwise you can't become a Jnana Yogi. Like that Bhakti Yogi. So he thinks God alone is true. I dedicate everything to God. Anything against God, I will not do. So God says, you should always be truthful. I will be truthful. The Khudiram Bhattacharya, father of Sri Ramakrishna. So he was a priest in his village, Derai village. Then the Zamindar of that village, he wanted to give in favor of him a false evidence. He called that priest and he said, you must give a false evidence for my case. Then Khudiram, he said, I am a worshipper of Rama. Rama is Ramo Satyamurtihi. Ram Satya, he is the very image of truthfulness is Sri Ramachandra. How can I tell a lie? So I will not tell a lie. If you don't tell a lie, I will evict you from this village. I will throw you out from here, snatching away all your properties. You can do anything, I will not tell a lie. So this is the Bhakti Yogi. Bhakti Yogi, he will do everything in favor of God to realize God. So he is given some sadhanas in that line. So like that Sri Ramakrishna instructed several of his disciples. That is how the Guru gives the spiritual practices and then makes the student reach the highest point where he realizes that he belongs to God and God belongs to him. So the Guru, how does he do this one? Usually it is by imparting the mantra. The Guru imparts the mantra. The mantra contains the power. The mantra contains the power of God. And the power of God is transferred from the Guru to the Shishya. So the more one repeats this mantra awakens the sleeping knowledge. We are already perfect. We are the children of God, only we have forgotten it. So this constant repetition of the mantra awakens in us that knowledge that we belong to God. We don't belong to this body and the physical world. Slowly it grows. The more we do the japa of the mantra, more and more this knowledge becomes true. So we begin to feel it is true that I belong to God. and I don't belong to this world. In the sense that permanently I am there with God. Temporarily I am in this world. That is true also. After 100 years we go away. Where do we go away? We do not know. But the Gurus say, when you would not go anywhere, you will go back to the place from where you came. You came from God. You are here for some time. When you leave this body, you go back to God. Yato va imani bhutani jayante, yena jatani jivanti, yat pravishanti, so advijitnyasasva, tad brahmeti. From where you have come, you will go back there. We are for a temporary time in this world, we realize this truth. So, the instruction of the Guru through the mantra. So, the mantra of the Guru is very, very important. So, exactly as the Guru instructs, the Shishya goes on repeating the mantra. So, the power of God comes to the student because why have we forgotten our real nature? It is due to the power of ignorance. So some ignorance has covered us, as if we are put into a jail and locked up. So somebody has to open the lock and pull us out of that. Maybe because we are long in the jail, suppose somebody opens and brings you out also, you feel very uncomfortable outside. No, so much of air, so much of heat I cannot bear. Let me go inside this jail itself. You may run inside. No, don't. You have to be pulled out. So the Guru does that. So when he teaches you, you belong to God. You belong to don't belong to the world. So suddenly we think, no, I belong to the world. We come back. Again he is drawn. So it is a long process. One takes the name of God with the power of God. That power of God brings us out of this ignorance. We begin to feel more and more that we are spiritual, we are divine than human. So this knowledge slowly comes through the power of the mantra. The power of the mantra is so strong. We see in the life of Sri Ramakrishna, once he called Swami Vivekananda. He imparted the Rama mantra to him. It is written in the biography of Swami Vivekananda. The Rama mantra was given in the evening, and then Swamiji was immediately seized with the spirit of Rama. He thought that Rama has entered his body, and he has become the greatest devotee of Rama, that is Hanuman. So Swami Vivekananda, like a Hanuman, whole night went on repeating Rama, 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 Rama. Whole night. Immediately he got the mantra transformed him into a Hanuman. Whole night he was just moving about, repeating the mantra, no sleep. And early morning when he came, then he was taking rest. Then Sri Ramakrishna used to show him to others, look, the whole night he was taking the name of Rama. As soon as he received it, he was inspired. Whole night he was repeating Rama. Now he is taking rest. The power. The mantra contains the power. Even today the mantra that comes in the parampara, it contains the power. But we have to repeat it. When we repeat it, it depends upon the purity of our mind. Your purity of our mind, if you are quite pure in the mind, the mantra will inspire us quickly. Otherwise it would take some time. Mantra itself can dispel all the impurities in our mind. Holy Mother used to say, you don't have to do any other sadhana. Go on repeating the mantra thousands and thousands of times. She would say very easily you can do 15 to 20,000 times. And she says, I did it 1 lakh times every day. So that means the mantra has the power to dispel all the impurities that is inside us, what we call as sins, obstacles to spiritual life. So Patanjali also says about this one, that the mantra has got the power. One mantra he means is the Omkara. Omkara is also a mantra. So by Tajjapaha Tadarthabhavanam, to think about the Omkara and do the japa of that one. So it removes several obstacles for the spiritual person. Vyadis, jhana, samshaya. So vyadis, jhana, samshaya. So many diseases go away. So many doubts will go away. So many other weaknesses will go away by doing the japa of the mantra. So, and in the end, it will make you realize Atman itself. Pratyak Chetana Adhigamopi. Pratyak Chetana is our own Atman. So Atman is revealed by the japa. So the mantra has got the power, and this mantra comes from the Guru. So the Guru instructs the disciple and imparts the spiritual power to overcome this ignorance and realize that he is one with God. And how does it happen? The beginnings of our enlightenment starts with our yearning. So we are practicing japa, we are practicing spiritual practices. How do we know we are progressing? Day by day we start loving godly things. We start loving the path that will take us to God. So the Guru has taught us japa. So we feel more and more interested in japa. Guru has taught us the prarthana, the prayer. So we get interested in prayer, more and more prayers. Guru has instructed us in controlling our senses. Don't overeat. So many people say we don't care. But when the Guru says don't overeat, immediately it touches you. Because Guru has told, if I just don't overeat, I can progress well. So all other things slowly come into us due to this mantra. Mantra will give you different types of so this mantra has got a tremendous power through which we progress in our life, and the Guru guides us. So like this, how long do we go? Until we realize the highest. Say that we are the one with God. God is with us always. These avatars, they give this knowledge of our oneness with God by mere touch. Sri Ramakrishna used to touch persons. Immediately he is awakened to this knowledge. That is how he did to Girish Chandra Ghosh. Girish Chandra Ghosh was supposed to be one of the greatest sinners. He touched him, and then he immediately realized, oh, I am not a sinner. The sin, etc. belongs to the mind and the body, but I am the eternal soul. I belong to God. You see, by touch, Sri Ramakrishna could simply dissolve all our sins and obstacles and would continue in our spiritual progress. So the avatars have that power. And their next generation, Swami Vivekananda, the direct disciples, they had also this power. Swami Turiyanandaji, when he was in San Francisco, so he started the first Vedanta ashrama in West. So Swami Vivekananda asked him, now hoist the flag of Vedanta in the West. So Swami Turiyanandaji started the Sandhya ashrama in a hillock called San Antone. So there he started the ashrama called Shanti Ashram. There he taught Vedanta to about 12 or 13 ladies and gents, Americans. So Swami Vivekananda had told them earlier, I am sending you one of my brother disciples. He is a realized soul. He has got so much of spiritual power. He can carry you across the ocean of birth and death. He can give you the knowledge of God very easily. Then when he went there, then all his would-be disciples, they were all very eager to see him. As soon as they saw Turiyanandaji, they said, Swami, we have heard about you, that you have got this power to take us across this ocean of life and death. Then Turiyan Swami, with great humility, he said, yes, I can, but a few of you. But Swami Vivekananda could take you by hundreds. And my Gurudev Sri Ramakrishna, he could take in thousands across the ocean. Depends the power. So the power of the Guru, by touch, he can take you to the highest. It is such power that is coming down to us by a series of Gurus. All of us can get this instruction, and if we attune ourselves to what the Guru says, try to follow sincerely as much as is possible. All the obstacles the Guru himself will remove, and our mantra, the power of the mantra will remove. And we certainly will progress in spiritual life and attain to the goal pointed out by our Sanatana Dharma, everyone must realize moksha. Everyone must realize God. And all of us can realize God through this Guru Parampara, going to the Guru, systematically following. And you know Sri Ramakrishna's teachings and Holy Mother's teachings. They never asked us to give up hearth and home for realizing God. Wherever you are, there itself you can practice mantra. There itself you can get the grace of the Guru. There itself you can get initiated by the Guru. So those that are householders, they can also realize God. Those that are given up the household and they be monks, they also can realize. Brahmacharis also can realize. Vanaprasthas can also realize. There is no condition at all. Everyone can realize. Everyone must realize. So on this holy day, let us pray to Sri Ramakrishna, Holy Mother and Swami Vivekananda that they bless us all with this highest enlightenment through their grace. Their grace can make our path easy and their grace can take us to the highest goal. So may we pray to them. I also pray to them. Jai Ram Krishna. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.
ஒரு நிமிஷம் எல்லாரும் நான் சொன்னது இப்போ நீங்கள் கேளுங்கோ. கொஞ்ச நேரத்தில் சுவாமிஜி அவர் வருவர், வந்து இங்கே உட்காந்துப்பார். பிரணாம் நடக்கும். நீங்கள் என்ன பண்ணணும், இங்கே ஒரு பேரிகேட் நம்ம வச்சுருக்கோம். பேரிகேட் அந்த பக்கம் நீங்கள் பிரணாம் பண்ணுங்க. பிரணாம் பண்ணிவிட்டு இந்த வழியாக கிட்டக்க குருதேவர் கிட்டக்க வந்து உங்கள் தலையை ஒரு நிமிஷம் உங்கள் தலையை காட்டுங்கோ. பெரியவர் உங்களுக்கு ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுவார். தலையில் கையை வச்சு ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுவார். அதுக்கப்புறம் நீங்கள் முன்னாடி போகணும். பிரணாம் பண்ணுறது பேரிகேட்டுக்கு அந்த பக்கம், தலையை காட்டி ஆசீர்வாதம் வாங்கிக்கிறது பேரிகேட்டுக்கு இந்த பக்கம். இங்கே இந்த பக்கம் நீங்கள் பிரணாம் பண்ணக்கூடாது, குனியவும் கூடாது. சும்மா தலையை மட்டும் காமிங்கோ, பெரியவர் ஆசீர்வாதம் பண்ணுவார். நான் சொன்னது புரிஞ்சுதான் உங்களுக்கு? இது பெரியவரோட உத்தரவு. பெரியவர் ஆர்டர் கொடுத்துருக்கார், இந்த மாதிரி தான் பிரணாம் பண்ணணும்னு சொல்லி. சரியா? ஸோ நீங்கள் பெரியவரோட பேச்சு கேட்கணுமா கேட்கக்கூடாதாங்கிறது நீங்கள் முடிவு பண்ணுங்க. All of you, please pay attention. In a short while, pranams to Revered Swami Gautamanandaji Maharaj will begin. There is a barricade kept here. First, volunteers will guide you. You will have to offer pranams to Revered Maharaj on the other side of the barricade. Then you will come near Maharaj on this side of the barricade. Show your head. Maharaj will bless you by keeping his hand on your head. That is all you are supposed to do on this side of the barricade. And then you have to proceed forward. Do not offer pranams here. Do not even bend down. You are not expected to bend down. Just show your head, he will bless you, and then you have to go forward. Have you all understood what I have told? This is the way revered Maharaj wants it to take place. So please don't violate the discipline which has been set. Am I clear? Wait for some time. Revered Maharaj will come.
तन सुंदर श्याम नित्यानंद घनेश्वर श्याम सत्य सनातन सुंदर श्याम नित्यानंद घनेश्वर श्याम लक्ष्मी सेवित पदयुग श्याम सुर ब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्म रक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्म रक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
மற்றவங்க யாரும் எந்திரிக்க வேண்டாம். முதல் $3 மட்டும் எந்திரிச்சா போதும். We will inform you when
जन्मभूत वंगदेश विप्रवाश रामकृष्ण चन्द्रमणि क्षुधिराम सौख्यदात्री रामकृष्ण शैशवेऽपि शिल्पगीत कला परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्म रक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म
पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
जन्मभूतवङ्गदेश विप्रवाश रामकृष्ण चन्द्रमणि क्षुधिराम सौख्यदात्री रामकृष्ण शैशवेऽपि शिल्पगीत कलानिपुण रामकृष्ण अक्षिपन्ति दर्शनात् समाधिमाप्त रामकृष्ण सप्तमाब्दलुप्त पितृप्रेमवाल रामकृष्ण बाल्य एव विरागाग्निदह्यमान रामकृष्ण भूतभुवि ध्यानमग्न बालयोगी रामकृष्ण भिक्षुयोगी साधु संग मोदमान रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म पराशक्ति
जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
विशालाक्षि सद्मपथे विस्मृतात्म रामकृष्ण सूत्रधरण कालपालित प्रतिज्ञ रामकृष्ण धनिदप्यभिक्षयाति तुष्यमाण रामकृष्ण सूरिसभा राजमान बालसूर्य रामकृष्ण शैवरात्रि नाटके शिवायमान रामकृष्ण श्रीनिवास वलयकार पूजिताङ्घ्रि रामकृष्ण सदा भक्तिगीतदेव पूजनरत रामकृष्ण कृष्ण रागयुक्त राधिकाय मान रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म
पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
लोकशिक्षणं विहाय मोक्षकाम रामकृष्ण दक्षिणेश कालिकार्चनादिनिरत रामकृष्ण भक्तिहीन रासमणिं ताडितवन रामकृष्ण जगन्मातृदर्शनाय रोरुवन् हि रामकृष्ण आत्महनन समयदत्त मातृदृष्टि रामकृष्ण सर्वकाल जगन्मातृ दृष्टि भरित रामकृष्ण शिवोन्माद निरासाय कृतोद्वाह रामकृष्ण विवाहे कृते पितवाचलं मनो रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
भैरवेय सिद्धिमाप्त रामकृष्ण भक्तिमग्नचित्तयुक्त परमभक्त रामकृष्ण रामभक्तिविस्मृतात्म वानरसम रामकृष्ण कृष्ण भक्तिविस्मृतात्म राधिकैव रामकृष्ण तोतापुरी विदित वेद शिरस्तत्व रामकृष्ण चिरसमाधिमेरुशिखर दृढस्थान रामकृष्ण साधन समयेऽपि शिक्षितात्मगुरो रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
क्रैस्तपूर्वचित्रधर्मचरणनिरत रामकृष्ण सर्वधर्म समानत्व सत्यदर्शी रामकृष्ण एकवस्तु विविध नाम तत्त्वदर्शी रामकृष्ण स्वपत्न्यै विशुद्ध हर्षबोधदात्री रामकृष्ण प्रयागादितीर्थन पर्यटनशील रामकृष्ण तत्र दुःखी जनान् वीक्ष्य मोचिताश्रु रामकृष्ण स्वपत्न्यामपूर्वमातृ दृष्टिभर्तृ रामकृष्ण समाधिस्थ शारदां सुपूजितवन रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
ब्राह्म सद्य केशवादिकर्षितवन रामकृष्ण भक्तसेवकागमं प्रतीक्षमान रामकृष्ण साधु शिष्य भक्तवृन्द भृङ्गकमल रामकृष्ण साधु शिष्य भक्त हृदय कमलतरणि रामकृष्ण नरेन्द्रादि छात्रकोटि शिक्षमान रामकृष्ण भक्त पापकर्षणात् रुजराग्रस्त रामकृष्ण रोग दुःख निर्विषण्ण मनो युक्त रामकृष्ण महासमाधौ हि परब्रह्मलीन रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
निर्विकार निराकार परब्रह्म रामकृष्ण जगत् सृष्टिकर्तृपातृ हन्तृदेव रामकृष्ण तैलवत्तिलेषु जगत्यभिव्याप्त रामकृष्ण सर्वभूतहृदय देश बुद्धिसाक्षी रामकृष्ण साधकाद्यनुग्रहाय वसुर्धरसि Ramakrishna Sundaratanu Deeptavadana Kripadrishti Ramakrishna Sarvakala Mandahas Ruchira Vaktra Ramakrishna Sumanasa Picheda Yogya Mridu Sharira Ramakrishna
Parabrahma Parashakti Jagadrupa Ramakrishna Dharma Rakshanaya Jagati Dehadhari Ramakrishna
Veda Shastra Puranadi Saravetri Ramakrishna Sarva Veda Shastra Vak Pramana Kartri Ramakrishna Gyani Jano Yasya Pader Bhataito Ramakrishna Kushalamate Tikshnamana Pragna Kave Ramakrishna Dinabandhu Daya Sindhu Samshrita Gati Ramakrishna Aparishuddha Girisha Chandra Sharanadatra Ramakrishna Putra Shoka Tapta Matri Shantidai Ramakrishna Kushtarogi Ghora Rujam Vinashayasi Ramakrishna
Parabrahma Parashakti Jagadrupa Ramakrishna Dharma Rakshanaya Jagati Dehadhari Ramakrishna
Brit Suvarna Samanatvadarshitavan Ramakrishna Sarvadasha Kanaka Kama Varjitayati Ramakrishna Amaranam Praskhalita Brahmacharya Ramakrishna Nikhilatamo Sheshahandri Bhasamana Ramakrishna Ghanibhuta Satyavayun Harsharupa Ramakrishna Prema Rupa Purna Rupa Shakti Rupa Ramakrishna Sakala Kovasana Bija Nashakari Ramakrishna Kalushaharana Madhuradharana Bhavasuvaidya Ramakrishna
Parabrahma Parashakti Jagadrupa Ramakrishna Dharma Rakshanaya Jagati Dehadhari Ramakrishna
Sahajanitya Shuddha Buddha Mukta Rupa Ramakrishna Jnana Yoga Siddhi Machiramapa Bhavan Ramakrishna Nirvikalpa Siddhi Mapta Raja Yogi Ramakrishna Devanama Nishamanad Ashruvimuga Ramakrishna Loka Sangrahaya Satat Karma Nirata Ramakrishna Kritsna Yoga Siddhi Tulya Padadhuli Ramakrishna Yoga Gamya Yogi Gamya Deva Deva Ramakrishna Nikhila Yogi Pate Yoga Siddhidatri Ramakrishna
Para
अज्ञगूढ ईश्वरोऽपि तथा भवति रामकृष्ण माययापि हितत्वाद् वीक्षितस्तु रामकृष्ण हेमकामगणं पुमा येति वेद्मि रामकृष्ण तस्य बन्धुरहङ्कार इतीरितो रामकृष्ण भक्तिहीन पण्डितस्तु गृध्रसमो रामकृष्ण साधिकार पुरुष एव गुरुर्भवेद् रामकृष्ण असति जगति मग्नजनो मुक्त एव रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
साधु संग नाम जपो मोक्ष करो रामकृष्ण मलिन वासनास्तजेद्धि साधन कृत रामकृष्ण सस्पृहस्य मुक्तिवचन मस्ति किन्नु रामकृष्ण आत्मजय स्त्रीषु मातृभाव एव रामकृष्ण श्रद्धान इमां मुक्तिमचिरमाप रामकृष्ण ईश्वरे प्रपत्तिरस्ति सुलभपथो रामकृष्ण वीणाशुद्धमलिनविवेकेन मृगो रामकृष्ण परानुरक्त ईश्वरे मुक्त एव रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
ज्ञान कर्म भक्ति पथा विमुक्तिदा रामकृष्ण निर्गुणं च गुणयुतं च परब्रह्म रामकृष्ण ईश्वरोऽपि याचनाद्धि कृष्णेरबुध रामकृष्ण हरेर्नाम गृहे यस्य भयं नास्ति रामकृष्ण अनायास मृत्युमेव यच्छ गुरो रामकृष्ण दैन्यशून्यजीवनं प्रयच्छ देव रामकृष्ण क्लेशरहितमेव मनो मे कुरुष्व रामकृष्ण सत्यपूत वचो मेस्तु मुखे सदा रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
अहिंसा च रक्तगता भवतु हरे रामकृष्ण पुण्यपाप विवेकोऽपि भवेदेव रामकृष्ण ब्रह्मचर्य शक्तिरस्तु मे हि मनसि रामकृष्ण रुद्रवृत्तिरपि मदीय हृदि च मास्तु रामकृष्ण मतिं देहि बलं देहि पदे स्थ रामकृष्ण शुद्ध भक्तिरपि तवास्तु पदाम्बुजे रामकृष्ण राम एव कृष्ण एव भवानुभय रामकृष्ण ब्रह्मरूप शक्तिरूप परमहंस रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण कर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण कर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण।
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म
पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
जन्मभूतवङ्गदेश विप्रवांश रामकृष्ण चन्द्रमणि क्षुधीराम सौख्यदात्री रामकृष्ण शैशवेऽपि शिल्पगीत कलानिपुण रामकृष्ण अक्षिपन्ति दर्शनात् समाधिमाप्त रामकृष्ण सप्तमाब्दलुप्त पितृप्रेमवाल रामकृष्ण बाल्य एव विरागाग्निदह्यमान रामकृष्ण भूतभुवि ध्यानमग्न बालयोगी रामकृष्ण भिक्षु योगी साधु संग मोदमान रामकृष्ण परब्रह्म पराशक्ति
जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
विशालाक्षि सद्मपथे विस्मृतात्म रामकृष्ण सूत्रधरण कालपालित प्रतिज्ञ रामकृष्ण धनिदत्यभिक्षयाति तुष्यमाण रामकृष्ण सूरिसभा राजमान बालसूर्य रामकृष्ण शैवरात्रिनाटके शिवायमान रामकृष्ण श्रीनिवासवलयकार पूजिताङ्घ्रि रामकृष्ण सदा भक्तिगीतदेव पूजनरत रामकृष्ण कृष्ण रागयुक्त राधिकाय मान रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति
वाचनादिनिरत रामकृष्ण भक्तिहीन रासमणिं ताडितवन रामकृष्ण जगन्मातृदर्शनाय रोरुवन् हि रामकृष्ण आत्महनन समयदत्त मातृदृष्टि रामकृष्ण सर्वकाल जगन्मातृ दृष्टि भरित रामकृष्ण शिवोन्मादनिरासाय कृतोद्वाह रामकृष्ण विवाहे कृते पितवाचलं मनो रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
भैरवेय पादतले शिष्यभूत रामकृष्ण तन्त्रशास्त्र साधनेन सिद्धिमाप्त रामकृष्ण भक्तिमग्नचित्तयुक्त परमभक्त रामकृष्ण रामभक्तिविस्मृतात्म वानरसम रामकृष्ण कृष्ण भक्तिविस्मृतात्म राधिकैव रामकृष्ण तोतापुरी विदित वेद शिरस्तत्व रामकृष्ण चिरसमाधिमेरुशिखर दृढस्थान रामकृष्ण साधन समयेऽपि शिक्षितात्मगुरो रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप रामकृष्ण धर्मरक्षणाय जगति देहधारी रामकृष्ण
क्रैस्तपूर्वचित्रधर्मचरणनिरत रामकृष्ण सर्वधर्म समानत्व सत्यदर्शि रामकृष्ण एकवस्तु विविध नाम तत्त्वदर्शि रामकृष्ण स्वपत्न्यै विशुद्ध हर्षबोधदात्री रामकृष्ण प्रयागादितीर्थन पर्यटनशील रामकृष्ण तत्र दुःखी जनान् वीक्ष्य मोचिताश्रु रामकृष्ण स्वपत्न्यामपूर्वमातृ दृष्टिभर्तृ रामकृष्ण समाधिस्थ शारदां सुपूजितवन रामकृष्ण
परब्रह्म पराशक्ति जगद्रूप